Today's show is brought to you by DraftKings Sportsbook. Come on, we talking about the top-rated sports booking app in all of North America. They safe, they are secure, and just like the homie Deke, they are reliable. But with that being the case, we also know that, man, you got to know why you want to use it. Well, why? Well, because you can get some parlay going on, man. Whether you're talking same game parlays or if you want to add multiple games into the mix, you got plenty of options, especially with the playoffs. The NFL playoffs continuing to get closer and closer to the big game, man. So with that being the case, for all of my first-time users out there, when you download the app, make sure when you make that first deposit bonus of $5, use the promo code MOAT so that way you'll receive $200 in bonus bets instantly. All right. The promo code MOAT. You heard me say it twice, so you know it's important. But with that being the case, man, that'll give you a chance to potentially get back into the game, and we'll see what it does from there with your picks. But more importantly, man, I can also understand that you can get lost in the sauce. Might develop a gambling problem, or you might just need some help. Man, if you're living in New York, it's a number that you can text. Shout out to the New Yorkers, baby. But for everybody else, the digits to dial are 1-800-GAMBLER.
Fran Bradford, also, what does it take to get more stunts on the D-line to free up TJ? More exotic D-line looks and pressure should help 90 more. Does that fall on TA?
No, it doesn't fall on TA. That falls on, are you ready for this? Cam Hayward and my man Larry Ogunjobi. Those dudes don't want to run games. They feel like they one-on-one pass rush dudes, man. They could win their one-on-one matchup. As a pass rusher, you don't want to run a game. We say games are for the dudes that can't get off on themselves. If you can't win a one-on-one, you need to have somebody game it to get you open. Our contracts up front let you know that we don't feel like we got guys that need the game to win. If we need to game dudes, man, you need to start paying them dudes $5 million. You know what I mean? Like, that's the gaming variety.
Is there a benefit to doing it, though?
This is the thing.
For getting your pass rush better, though?
So this is the thing. The reason why we talk about the game element is this, right? Certain parts are going to work, but what you're essentially doing is trying to create a hard like edge right here. I'm trying to create this angle right here. So I don't think you can get to the inside of this tackle, based off of your ability, because he's too good. He's going to block every time you try to cross his face. He's going to wash you down. You're not fast enough to go around him in a circle and get back to that spot. So how do I create that for you? D tackle. I know you can run over this guard and you can steamroll him and get back there, but I don't want that. I need this dude to get free. So 1-2 steps, but your job is to go hit this dude's hip. I don't care about nothing else. 1-2, hit this guy's hip. Now from there, redirect. You might come free, but we trying to get it for you, all right? Because we're hoping that this guard is not going to be smart enough to keep his head out of it. He's going to follow down with you, and now you got two guys blocking the decoy, and you loop around for the freebie because you're not good enough to just win this one-on-one matchup. So now I'm trying to create this hard thing for you. Now, it's all good until what happens if it's a quick game? You've already predetermined it. You're looping, right? I've already predetermined I'm here and I'm here. So now I'm asking you, all right, now you need to learn to read it. So now we're about to start building the punted. So it can still work. But if I'm doing all this, why am I paying you 12, 13? You and me?
Well, I'm
like,
just trying to think, making it harder on the offensive line, making it harder on the offense to communicate and try to confuse them a little bit.
And all of that is fine. But we say, like, as a player, you look at that part and you say, you got to confuse people when you're not better than them. And that's the whole, are you an X's and O's? Or are you a Jimmy and Joe's? If your Jimmy and Joe is better, I don't care what your scheme is. You could do all the dancing you want. This offensive line going vertical set. You can run every game till you blue in the face. You're just going to be running from out here to right here. So that's the mindset, right? Whereas if I feel like my guy is just flat out better than you, I don't care how many times you slide this protection to my tack or my DN. I don't care how many times you try to, molly the protection and muddy up the inside. That guy is going to kick this guy's butt every single time. And there's nothing you could do about it. And that's why you got Aaron Donald. He gets paid what he would get paid. Cam Hayward, get paid what he gets paid. Because it's like, it doesn't matter what scheme you try to do offensively. You have to account for this guy because he is a wrecker. If he's not, then it's like, all right, cool. Do your games. But offensively, if you vertical set, all y'all gonna be doing is just change the positions. At least that's the theory in terms of how you would think of it offensively. So it's like, it's not, I don't feel as much concern if I got to see you do games. Now is, can we communicate? Hey, don't two hands this, because he's just trying to decoy, because that guy's good enough to beat you one-on-one. So vertical set, you don't got to chase that. Tackle, hey, bro, you ain't got to worry about that, bro. You know I got you right on the inside. You just keep setting back. He's not good enough to beat you around the edge, so he has to come in here and game it. So if we're on the same page, Deke, it don't matter what he does to you, I got your back. And it don't matter what he do to me, you got my back. That's the offensive line part. Defense, we like, hey, bro, I got this. We ain't worried about none of this game stuff. This guy can't block me, fam. I don't care what he do. You can slide the protection. I'm still too fast for him. He can't stop this. And that's, you know what I mean, how we take that mentality.
My guess, though, is like utilizing it here and there. Like that's so got to be thrown off the offense, right?
You do. But there is a difference between the TJ Watts, the Highsmiths, the Cams, and how we approach it, and the amount of games or amount of blitzing, right? Blitz is another part, right? Think about our blitz numbers. We're not zero blitz, but the amount of blitzing, we're very small with that percentage. Why? Because we got guys that can win pass rush one-on-one. So you don't have to blitz.
Used to.
This is also true. But you catch what I'm saying? So it's like mentally
might
you're
need
saying,
to get back to that blitz.
Right. So, but the thought process is, man, since I got these dudes up front, I don't have to put my defense, I don't have to put them in a bind by taking somebody out of coverage to create pressure. I got guys up front that can do that. So your hope is,
I'm with you.
Yeah, if they're doing
like
it,
in Madden, you try to have as
you see
least
what I'm
amount
saying?
of pass rushers as possible. If they can get to the quarterback and you can cover, like I'm with you on that.
And so when it comes to the gaming and stuff, it's like on occasion, yeah, you run a game, but man, you only get about 10 to 15 pass rush reps, like true drop back 5-step, not quick game, not screen, not all right, man. The weird timing of it is a situational too. Like we talking bona fide drop back where I can get off and do a move. So if I only got 10 to 15 of these, you think I really want to waste one rep where I don't even get to actually rush? My rush is, all right, let's do it again. Let me sell it real quick. All right, let me get you. Or hold on, wait. It's like, yo, this is cool. But I'm like, bro, I finally get a chance to go. Like, let me go. You know what I mean? Like, we don't get a lot of it, and we fancy ourselves the same way wide receivers fancy themselves as, yo, we win one-on-one reps, right? You can't guard me one-on-one. I'm going to go win this, get the catch, score a touchdown. That's how we view getting a sack. We're like, bro, you can't block me one-on-one. You can't stop me one-on-one. And I'm about to prove that. So don't get me, I don't want anything. Like, yo, let me get the one-on-one. I want to be on the backside, Justin Jefferson, right? On occasion, you'll see him move him around to the front side, game him, but as a whole, he's like, yo, he's over there. Give him space. Let him go to work because he's that type of guy. And if defensively they respect it, they better put a safety over there, corner over there, and have somebody else with eyes. And that's when we say, yo, other guys got to step up, right? Because this dude's accounting for 2, now 3 dudes. But outside of that, it's like, man, at that level, man, you feel like your talent is enough that you should be able to win without me having to give you a ton of games and all this other stuff, because I don't feel like I need to create all these moving pieces up in front, because now with them games, what are the run fits now? That's another thing. When we call this TE stunt, now your gap on the run, you're no longer the force player where you're sitting outside. Now you got to be inside. Okay, when you're inside, if it's a pull, you got to know to spill this. All right, if it comes at you, though, you got to know to hammer this. Now, my linebacker, you got to know what the game is, too, because it affects your run fit as well. So it's just a lot more pieces versus, bro, if you could line up and do what you're supposed to, you're in that gap, I'm in my gap, we're good. Win your one-on-one. And that's what you hear a lot of dudes say at that level. It's always just win your one-on-one, bro. If you can win your one-on-one, we got a chance to be a dope defense, dope offense, etc. But if you can't, now we got to figure out different ways to help you.
Yeah, maybe it's less about the gain stuff and maybe more about just calling different blitzes or just different stuff, point blank period.
I think like the timing of some of the calls, I think that's one of the things that, for example, in Kansas City, Spagnolia, I think he has a great feel on when to send his blitzes. He blitz a lot, but he's also, it's times where you'll think it's about and he won't. And he just is real thoughtful about how he calls those calls. I think that's one of the critiques I have for TA. It's like, yo, if you are, because on occasion he does blitz, but it's like, when are we calling these calls? I get when you try to call a blitz on a first down to get, a negative play versus a run. That's fine, but after a while, everybody know you blitz on a first down.